What is up, everyone? Welcome to this episode of Over the Top Rope. As you can see, my guest today is Diego Hill. What is going on, my man?
What's going on with you, man? How you doing tonight?
Man, chilling, man. How about yourself?
Man, for the first time in my professional wrestling life, I finally get to relax just for a whole day. Like
For a
no
whole
training, no shows, just a whole day.
yeah, we can piggyback off that a little bit, because I know you do Firestar and I know you do Deadlock and you're busy, man.
Yeah.
How do you?
I've also done Catalyst, CZW, like any other places you've named, I've probably been there before.
Yeah, yeah. How long you been doing it total?
So I guess this is like my fourth year now doing this. Because it's like it's in the beginning of like March, and that's where I've started. Like since let's say 2018 is when I made my in ring debut. And there was moments ago where I had met Kobe Carino, and he just goes train with me. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
let's do it. And
Yeah, and
till this day,
speaking of Colby, he was at a Deadlock show. I guess it was January, back in January, I think it was.
yeah, the one where we have it in Raleigh Convention Senior
Hmm.
Center. Yep, because that's where we run our pay-per-view events there.
I got you. Yeah, we actually Jacksonville, I think, is like 3.5 hours from us. So we went to the one in Raleigh because it's only like 45 minutes from us.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. I've seen you in singles action, and I've seen you in tag team action.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of tag team matching, like we have this group. It's me, BK, and Bojack, and of course my current tag team partner, Azrael.
Mm.
We call each other the High Flying Star Machines. You got the Dreadlock Demolition Machine, you got
Yeah.
Starboy, and you got two High Flyers. Like, what's this is a mate? And then we just got me and Az doing our thing, which is known as Sky High. And,
Hmm.
we just tried
Yeah.
everything we can to put each other up on the map.
I think that's the one of the things that I have found about independent wrestlers is you have you obviously there's always one or two that think that they don't need anybody else and they could do their thing on their own, but the majority that I've ran into is just everybody trying to help each other.
Right.
And
Because what I
I
see it is like wrestling doesn't always have to be a competition. You know, I get it that you want to be this biggest company, this and that. You want to have a lot of money, but to me, it's just all about having fun, really.
and definitely every time I've seen you and Azrael, who I want to go ahead and say that my thoughts are with him and his recovery for that dislocated shoulder. That was the one Firestar show we've missed in probably like 2 or 3 months, and I know TDT dropped the belt and Azrael had his injury and everything, so we missed a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
but but that's the one thing I noticed about you and him in the ring is you have that chemistry. You flow so well, and you guys are just out there having fun.
right.
Is there
I, it was funny though because we will always talk about being a tag team, but somehow we couldn't like make it happen the
mhm.
past like 2 years or so. So pretty much he was off doing his own thing and I was off doing my own thing until like now Cozy wanted to make it official. He's like, y'all might as well be a tag team. I was like, we told you that a long time ago. And
Come on.
and it's crazy for like now we're teaming like at amount of short a time to now like being talked about more. And just not as like individuals, but as
Mhm.
us together.
Yeah,
Because I felt
and
like I could be that guy to push Az to his limit, and Az could be that guy to push me to the limit. Like you said, we're so similar, and it's like we're not brothers, but in this game, we think of it as twins.
yeah, because and I've always said this. I know a lot of people agree with it, but when it's done right, tag team action is the best wrestling that you will see when it's done right. And you and Az, you guys do it right. You have that chemistry, and it just works so well. So the work and the time you guys are putting in, and that chemistry you guys have, it comes across and it just makes for like just it's just fun to watch.
Right.
And speaking of tag teams, there's a tag team that I'm pretty good friends with that you guys wrestle with at Deadlock Pro and TSF, Hunter and Rosario. And
Oh, hell yeah.
could there maybe be something with Sky High and TSF one day down the line? The
You know
stars.
what? I'm gonna give y'all a little spoiler, okay?
Uh
Because I'm gonna let this know right now. I'm not gonna be running singles that much long at Deadlock Pro. I'm
Gotcha.
not saying that Azrael will be my partner, but I'm saying y'all will have to find that out yourself. It
See,
could
that's
be
what
Bojack, it could be Azrael, it could be BK, but everyone knows who I team up with the most. Just know that.
I'm I'm picking up what you're putting down. I am, and I hope that everyone else is too, because assuming I'm right. I'm not going to assume I'm right, but assuming I am right, that's exciting.
Right.
And you've mentioned BK a couple of times. BK Westbrook, aka Starboy. He's fun to watch too. We've seen him at Firestar a couple of times, and he has a way of getting the crowd worked up, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so you and him, I think, acquired some of that gold together. Is that right?
Uh well yes, same company, PWF. You know, I just won this bad boy like what, last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Last night against Jay Malachi. He's currently one of the PWF tag team champions. And
Mm-hmm.
of course you got your undisputed champion, Bojack. So,
Yep.
I guess it was a big celebration for me last night, to finally win gold with my HSM brothers.
Yeah, and I definitely want to talk about that gold, man. What was the road to the gold like?
Let me take it back to last year because last year I was so close. Because what we do is this oceanic tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, but how we started off with last year, it was like a block A and a block B, and apparently I was on block B and I was dominating. Like you could check it back on the YouTube channel. I was dominating till I had that match with Kobe, and then just somehow I got knocked out. But I never thought like in this year we would do it again. But like this shows that I like okay, I was this close to making it to the finals. What I got to do to now to push myself to make it to the finals, and that's what I did. Now I started having like insane matches with like Trey Havoc and brawls with the Infinite Man Tim, and,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like I had to fight those two guys to get to the finals, and then I met Jay Malachi in the finals, and became champ.
Became champ. Yeah, that's a tough road because if anybody knows anything about North Carolina wrestling, the Infinite Tim and Malachi, they're no slouches. They're no slouches.
Right.
And I've seen Malachi a lot and seen Tim a lot. Tim's been on Dark a few times, so that's got to be a little chip on your shoulder having beat
Oh
a guy.
yeah.
Well, on AE Dark a couple of times, AEW Dark a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
And after you won the belt, I've seen a picture on Instagram where you had to go get something to eat. What did you eat after you won? That's I need to know.
Yo, man, I ain't gonna lie. I had me a chicken sandwich. It was just a chicken sandwich. I thought I was gonna go crazy afterwards, man. I was like legit about to go to cookout, but I forgot someone had like leftover chicken sandwiches. So I was like, you know what? I guess I ain't gonna spend no money today. I might spend it later, but hey, I'm just gonna grab me a chicken sandwich.
Where was the chicken
I
sandwich
felt
from?
bad too. I felt bad too because like one of the trainees was outside just watching me, and I had the mat on his shoulder, and I was just like, damn.
Do
I was
you
like,
know
but the
where the
sandwich still
chicken sandwich?
good.
Yeah, that was a
I think it
victory
was.
chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I think it was from Chick-fil-A though. It tastes like it was from Chick-fil-A, but hey,
Yeah,
they do
that's
got some good. They do got some good chicken though. Some
yeah,
great good chicken sandwiches over there.
The Lord's chicken.
Oh, please, Lord. Tell him.
So is there I guess bigger plans going forward, acquire more gold? Is that on your radar, or are you just kind of taking it one day at a time, defending the one you got?
You know, I could say I'm gonna let the road decide for me. You know what I'm saying? I've been letting the road decide for me for like the past 4 years of my career now, and I've seen where it's going. I've seen how much I've progressed. You know, and pretty much I can say, yeah, I'm ready to get more gold if there's an opportunity to get more gold. You know, I'm never backing down from that.
Never backing down. That's what I like to hear. And I think that says a lot about you as a wrestler, you saying that you're going to let the road decide for you. Because, we all, even as fans, every now and then you'll hear a story of where so and so got into it with a bunch of people, or so and so is hard to get along with in the locker room. And,
Right.
often,
I hear it a lot of times.
yeah. And, as a fan, we can only go by with what we hear. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Somebody, might have got a push that the other person didn't get and they're upset. But I think that says a lot about you and about how serious you take wrestling. And it's not just, I'm like were saying, I'm gonna stomp on everybody to get where I need to go. It's just, you doing you, but also at the same time, doing what you need to do to get over there.
Right.
is is there let's say like a promotion that you want to wrestle at that you haven't wrestled at?
Right now I'm looking at Major League Wrestling. You know, probably aligned with Myron Reed.
Yeah, Myron was at Hit Club Friday,
Yeah.
and I never pass up a chance to see Myron
Right.
because I know
Like it's
he's
it's
been with
crazy
like
because I met him in like Florida, and I
hmm
guess he already knew who I was because we both like followed each other on Instagram. And then he
hmm
was just like, I was just asking how he was living, man. He was like, man, I'm tired. And the one thing he always told me, he was like, bro, enjoy this shit as much as you can, bro. You never know how far you can go, you know. And I've took his word ever since then.
yeah, and is that something you take to heart when you see someone like Myron and you guys are like face to face, you're locking eyes and like, I know who you are, keep doing your thing, kind of a thing?
Right.
Because Myra's been on like I want to say it's like Limitless and wrestling and stuff like that up at Maine. I think it is, and so I imagine him having some kind of kind words for you. Like I was saying, puts that little chip on your shoulder.
Oh yeah.
But if you and Myron were to step in the ring, it'd be a little bit different, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, it'd be a whole lot different, you know.
Is he on? If you had a list of wrestlers you could wrestle, is he on there?
Oh, definitely. Him and Lindsay Dorado.
I'd pay a lot of money to see both of those.
Right. Even though I already had a match with Lindsay, and oh my god, it was a fucking phenomenal match.
Right.
Like I would love to do it with him again.
Yeah, because he's gonna be at Deadlock or was at Deadlock recently, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so I mean, if you guys are already kind of sharing some stories at the same promotion, maybe they can work something in one day.
Right.
Is is a goal of yours to be signed eventually, or is that kind of not on your radar?
I could definitely say yes or no with that situation.
Okay.
Cause like at the end of the day, it's like people say, okay, their main goal is to get signed. The main goal is to get signed.
Yeah.
My main goal is just to at least be the best known out there. You know, like having let's see, like you Google my name and all you can see is like professional wrestling up there. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like my main goal. If that could be my answer, just have my name Googled up
That's
without like not looking at a website or none of that. Just
you Google Diego Hill and just all these promotions, like belts won at promotions and all that.
Right, right,
I can live with that, and I think that's a really good answer because I think because that's a question I like to ask just because it's good to kind of get to know you as a wrestler and your goals, and I think that that's a good answer because most people do answer, uh, sorry, somebody's got a comment. They just Googled it.
yep,
So, I mean, that's a step in the right direction. You've already got people Googling you now. So, the more people that type in Diego Hill in the search engine, the more Diego Hill pops up.
right, right.
And, speaking of being signed and all that, do you watch like WWE and AEW and all that?
I've watched AEW more than I've watched WWE though. But
Yeah.
what really has impressed me with NXT really is like they're just kind of like giving these new talents a chance.
Yeah.
With AEW, like I can see them having a little problems, but they're still working with the problems. But it's like, hey, I love them both.
Yeah. Is there like one wrestler, I guess, like currently that you maybe watch a little bit more, just kind of maybe, I guess, try to watch their matches a little more to see?
Uh, okay, with AEW, I'm low key looking at Ricky Starks right now. I love his style. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The energy that he brings, like especially the energy that he brings when he just like walks right down through that curtain. I'm like, yes, that's energy I love.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, to me, he's kind of the total package, I guess, because he's got the skill. He can go 100 miles an hour. He can go 50 miles an hour. He can get the crowd worked up, but he also has that energy that you can tell the other wrestlers feed off of.
Right,
It
right.
is there like, did you watch wrestling back in the day as well? Like in its
Yeah, I did. I remember when my dad took me to my first WWE show,
hmm.
and I think this was like back in like 2005. And that's where I met John Cena, and I guess that's when John Cena still had like the spinning belt. Like
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
yeah, and was that has this wrestling always been on your radar, or was it just like watching it on TV and just kind of like, yeah, let me try this out?
It's crazy though, because I've never thought of myself like being a professional wrestler. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll dream about it. But honestly, I grew up playing basketball and football my whole
Okay,
life. But it was like to a point where my brother had just pretty much, I was staying with my brother for a while. He was like, you want to give this wrestling a try? So I'm just like, I mean, basketball's not there for me no more. Football's not there for me no more. So I was just like, you know what? I got to do something,
I got
you
yeah.
know?
It's
And
just
I
so
was
funny.
like, wrestling was probably like the best decision for me because it shows that you can be you no matter what.
That's what I like to hear though, and that's something I haven't heard yet. Is someone saying that a lot of people have say like I love wrestling, I love that I decided to do it, but I've never heard too many people say that it was the best decision they had ever made because there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it
Right.
because you guys are and this is something I always touch on. I mean, not only are you training and not only are you doing shows, but you travel a lot as well.
Oh, yes. Especially
You,
gas starting to get up high around here too. I'm like, damn.
yeah, maybe add a couple of dollars to those booking fees, maybe.
Right.
And has has that affected things that you can tell? Because I know we're really starting to get into the higher gas prices, and they haven't been this high in years. But have you seen that really affecting things yet?
I mean, I really don't see it affecting things unless it gets like too crazy, if you know what I mean. I understand
Yeah.
if it was like, okay, gas got up like $10 a price. I'd be like, okay, now I can't take my ass to no goddamn show or whatever. But it's like it ain't we ain't even but we ain't even in that position yet. Probably not. Never gonna be. But if it's a couple of dollars, I really don't think it would be that big of a deal.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one of the sides of wrestling too. I think a lot of people don't eh, understand or maybe just don't want to look at is getting booked and having bookers reach out to you, you reach out to them, and that kind of thing. Because that's a business, is what it is. You're essentially
Right,
your own business manager.
right.
And then another side of it that I think people, and maybe you can test to this or not, but the injury side of it, because you're kind of like independent contractors in a way, so you don't have like, oh, Firestar is going to pay for my injury or something like that.
Right.
And so,
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
yeah, because I don't think that people understand that if you get hurt, let's say like something serious, like snap your leg in half, it's not just like, oh, let me just run to the ER real quick. Did you know?
Yeah, it's not even like that. It's like once your leg broke, your leg is broke.
And then you got to look at hospital bills, and then you got to look at, do you have like some type of, I guess, like, for lack of a better term, third party insurance, or if you even have insurance at all. And then you can't take
Right,
bookings, you can't make money.
right. Like this is why I always tell my students, like, you gotta take care of your opponents, especially if it's like you doing a singles match. Especially if you're a heel, take care of your opponent. Like,
Fee plus travel.
oh yeah,
All right. So that's going to do it for this episode of Over the Top Rope. Y'all, your social media is in the description. The hyperlinks are there. So all people got to do is click it. I made it super simple for them to follow you. So there's really no excuse for them not to follow you. But
right.
go ahead and tell people where they can find you at on social media.
All right. Y'all can find me out on social medias. My Twitter, my Instagram is at I'm Diego Hill. I post everything up there. Like it'll be my updates of where I'm gonna be at in North Carolina or if I'm back in Jersey or whatever. My all my information is right there. And like my Facebook page too, Diego Hill. You can also see some good highlights, dope highlights over there. Me and Azrael doing our sky high stuff, just pretty much show some support. And and merch on the way too. So the more support I get, the sooner the merch will be out. So if y'all can help me, I can help y'all.
That's the name of the game right there, though. Because as far as like you guys, just a like and a share goes a long way. I don't think people understand how a like, a share, subscribing to YouTube or like a Twitch or something like that. It goes, that goes a long way for you guys.
It really does.
Yeah. And I absolutely appreciate you taking the time. Like I said, I'm a big fan of yours. I love watching you go 100 miles an hour in the ring and just putting it all out there, putting your entire body on the line, man. I don't know if other people appreciate it, but I absolutely appreciate what you do in the ring because you're not exactly not taking risk out there.
I can say it's go big or go home for me. You know what I mean? And I
And that,
appreciate the support.
oh yeah, and I'll do, like I said, I just want to give you guys a platform to tell your story, and maybe if one or two people sees it that maybe didn't know about Diego Hill, now they do, and they can support you somehow, some way, whether just like or share. They can show up to a show and cheer you on, or buy a photo or something like that. So I hope down the road it benefits you.
Yes, sir.
And it doesn't hurt to have that gold shining like that either.
Right. It really don't. Like, believe it or not, this thing is really heavy.
Well, not like 12 pounds maybe.
More like 15.
Ooh, that
Right.
15 pounds. You're gonna have to work out a little bit more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's the main goal.
And I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say you're not letting it go anytime soon.
Oh no, never. They're gonna have to kill me to take this off my shoulders.
You hear that? You gotta kill Diego the Hill to get that belt from him. It is what it is. Well, that's gonna do it. I appreciate everyone that checked out the live. I appreciate everyone that hopped in, and thank you again, Diego. Like his page, follow it, follow him on Twitter. I'm sure I'll be retweeting his stuff, so you might see it pop up on my timeline too. And all of his social medias are down in the description. It's hyperlink. You just click it, and you're done. I appreciate everyone, and I hope everyone has a good night.
Thank you.